Begin.
Have you ever wondered how rules for basketball came to be? Today I'll be informing you about the history and creation of basketball. I will be telling you about who invented basketball, the first team and game of basketball, and the differences from the game from 1891 to 2012. James Naismith is the one genius who invented the lovely game of basketball. He invented the game for boys not in a winter sport, to stay active coming from the football season and going into the lacrosse season. According to the About Inventors website, James invented it so the boys wouldn't get bored and go home and do homework after school, and just to keep them going to get ready for sports that came after the winter season. James was the physical education instructor at the Springfield College. Aforementioned, since he was head instructor, he had to come up with a sport that the boys would love and would keep their energy down in the classroom and stay focused. Not only did James Naismith invent the sport of basketball, he also coached the very first team. The boys didn't get to choose if they were on the team or not. Referring to the Springfield College website, the men were forced to be there and had to participate in an indoor activity to play a spring sport or a fall sport. It helped them focus more on school, because if they were failing, they couldn't play, which is also the same as is now, because if you're failing class now, you can't play until your grade gets up. The first team for basketball was the Springfield College boys team of 1892. An article from November 2009 called Past Was Fast said that the first team, there was only one team, so they didn't have another team to play against. So they just split the team in half, which was the Springfield College boys team. They split it in half, and they had a black team and a white team, and they scrimmaged each other. And the game lasted about 50 minutes because there was no timing requirements. So they went for 50 minutes, and the black team won. It was 24-28. The first team of basketball must have been confused because the rules have changed tremendously. According to the Two Simple Rules article, there was no three-point line until 1952 to 1953 basketball season. All shots were only 2 points. And they wanted to make the three-point line because it made the game go faster and more interesting for the fans to watch, because it really wowed the audience. Basketball didn't start out with players using a basketball either. Referring to the About Inventors website again, it said that the men used soccer balls to dribble up and down the court, and at the end of the court they would have like a woven basket at each end, and you would go back and forth, and you try to get it in a basket that was set on a table. And there was no iron hoops until about 5 or 6 years after the game was invented. Basketball didn't use shot clocks or scoreboards when it started out either. Referring to the basketballsection.org website, there was no running time set. They would just reset the stopwatch at 30 seconds every possession down the court, and if you didn't get in 30 seconds, the other team would get the ball. And that's different from now, because our shot clock or scoreboard you get 18-minute halves, or that's what the girls do. We get 18-minute halves, and then you have a halftime for about 5 minutes, and then you go back and play another 18-minute half. Okay, in my visual aid, I have the differences between the course from 1891 to now. And first one, there's no three-point line, so there's no line. This would be the three-point line. There's no line on the backboard back here, and there is now, because it helps you aim for the hoop. If you're going up for a layup, you go to the top corner. So I'm assuming they must have missed a lot of shots, because it said that the first game was 24 points, which is really low. The court expanded, see how it's like really narrow. Here's the out-of-bounds line, and out-of-bounds is like way over here for the our court now. The free throw line is also closer, because this would be a free throw line now, like where it is here. And so it's much closer. And the inside lane, which it would be like right here and right here for us now, it's way skinnier here, which helps us now, because if you're in the middle of the lane, you can only be in there for 3 seconds if you're on offense. And if you're in there longer than 3 seconds, it's the other team's ball. So that's the differences between those. As you can see, basketball is a complex sport and includes a variety of rules and skills. Basketball has changed over the years, but the changes that have been made are ones that only made the game more enjoyable, not only for the players, but also for the fans to watch. The next time you're watching a game, you will realize how the game came to be and why I'm so passionate about what I play.